Hey, it's Dan McDonald, and I'm the Life Regenerator here on YouTube. I have a very, very special episode today of the Life Regenerator Show. I'm here with my friend, Anthony Morocco.
It's a pleasure being here, absolutely. Dan's one of my favorite all-time heroes with Raw. So we're excited to have him here in Morro Bay, San Luis Obispo, and at the Castle, the headquarters of Morocco Method International.
Thank you for so warmly inviting us to the castle. When you said castle, I thought, oh, no, but it is actually a castle with the most magnificent view you can imagine. But anyways, Anthony is the creator of the Morocco Method. And many of you saw the video I did maybe a month and a half ago, letting you know that I really enjoy these products for my hair, which has been growing, and it's been just it's been really fun taking care of my hair. And the reason
People are
that
going to be
is
so excited to hear what your hair is really growing beyond your wildest dreams. That's what everybody's dream is, to get their hair to grow.
it's been growing in Sophia's as well. She's like, wow, my hair's getting a lot longer. But
Faster.
longer, faster. And the thing about it is that what I like about this, well, first of all, I really like you. I've only known you for about 24 hours now, personally. Yep. But right away, boom.
Good mixture.
A good mixture of energy.
Same type of energies.
Aligned with the same type of
Thought
higher levels of thinking
Vision.
and integrity.
Yeah, much.
Yes. And so you welcomed us last night into the home, and I saw all the raw foods, and I was, are you a raw foodist? And you're like, yes, I'm a raw foodist. And I'm like, well, that's cool. And this is raw vegan hair care. But we've got a short amount of time, and I know you're not going to get to know Anthony well enough to totally, completely understand who he is as a person. And I don't know you that well either, but sometimes you just have a sense. And I had a
That's
sense.
the strongest.
The minute I used this stuff and read the ingredients and then read the information, I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. I know when someone knows what they're talking about with the importance of what you eat and what you put on and what you breathe. And so...
Yes, all of our clients say, this is the real deal. There's nothing else in the world globally to compare to this niche market of Morocco Method.
And
naturally.
I want them to know like how this came about, especially the story about you were one of the most sought after stylists in the world, making tons of money, cutting tons of famous people's hair, and you just, one day you just...
Walked out.
You walked out
How
because...
come?
Why?
Because it was, well, I worked in the most famous salon in the world, which was Kenneth's in New York City back in 64 to 68. And then I was a hair colorist and shaped hair cutting. I was doing Jackie Kennedy, Ethel, Joan Kennedy, doing Lauren Bacall, Joan Rivers, Mia Farrow, Lucille Ball, Katharine Hepburn. The laundry list, like, Mrs. Vincent Astor, Mrs. Bunny Mellon, the Kennedys, the Rockefellers, they all came to Kenneth's. So I was really famous. And then when I discovered in 1968 how toxic all the salon products were, I came to realize that I love doing color because I'm really into like botany and art. So the art form of color really had me intrigued, especially when we did sun streaking, which was just amazing. But about 68, I realized that this was really carcinogenic. And I made up my mind to walk out of a salon, never to go into it ever again. So I was about 27. And I left Kenneth's and I went to Europe for 2.5 years. And what I was doing there, I was just studying botany, working with formulations, and then checking out the lunar schedule and calendars because we cut hair by the lunar cycle. We mix, by the way, we use the lunar cycle to mix products. It's been done for thousands of years. And it empowers, when you actually pick the plants at a certain period with the lunar cycle, and our manufacturing plant has dates when we can formulate and mix. So the energy levels, the chi energies in these shampoos 10 to 20 times themselves, where if we did it on a wrong date. So the same thing with cutting our hair. So there's 5 dates a month to do 5 elements. So there's one day you can choose to do strengthening, or thickening, or root work, or beautifying, or lengthening.
And this sounds like a lot of eccentric stuff to people, but this is something that you studied with herbalists, botanists all around the world.
Yeah, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, people only used the lunar cycle to do architecture,
Gardening,
gardening, fishing.
healing work, even.
Oh, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking. Then if you really wanted to go up to the mountains to do wild crafted ingredients, you basically had to do a lunar cycle with the moon. It was all done by the moon. The
So
flower.
you're a hair shaman.
Yes.
And what were some of the experiences that you had as far as learning about the lunar cycles for the hair and for the formulations of products?
Well, I have a book, and in the book it's Awaken Your Roots. And in there it starts off when I'm 4 years old. And I have my first big experience in the universe, realizing all about when I was 4 years old, I'm sitting on this grassy mound looking at the grass and looking at the bushes and realizing the same thing about our hair. So I was 4 years old realizing that the hair on our head was coming from the evolution of these leaves off a tree or off a bush. So that changed everything in my world's changed, and I started realizing a lot of different things as I started only becoming 7, 10 years old, 12 years old. I started seeing things through hair and through nature simultaneously. And I realized that that was our evolution, that we were evolving from gases over to basically water creatures coming out of the water, going into insects, from the insects, like, here we have a caterpillar, now we have a butterfly, we go into birds, we go into animals, then you have the hippocampus, you have the mermaids, and that's the evolution of mankind. So all of that was going through my psyche when I realized, it's the same thing when I looked out at the bush, it's like I realized, wow, these leaves are where our hair come from. These flower petals are where our hair comes from, the beard, hair on the body, the hair on the head. So that basically my parents kept saying, Antonio, don't say those things. People think you're strange. And I would say like, oh my God, I can see I see the colors. And I was like, you can't say that.
So was hair your destiny? Like me, like raw food is obviously my thing. You're just a hair person. And you've studied nature. That's one thing I wish they could get to know about you. We did a Qigong class this morning. You're actually a healer.
Yes.
But your mode, your medium is through the hair, teaching people what they eat and what they put on.
Well, there's
makes
5
a difference.
fingers, 5 toes, there's 5 elements, fire, air, earth, water, ether, there's 5 senses, and there's 5 types of hair on the body. So we have hair. And people say hair is dead. Well, that's what the hairdressers say because they cut it and no one yells and screams. But in reality, you ask any Qigong master, you ask any real spiritual master, and that the Qi is contained in the hair. It's stored in the hair. So it's very sacred. So basically, we would never take a blow dryer or take chemicals and pour it on the hair. It's like the same thing if we have a plant. You go over to the plant and you take bleach or hair dye or blow dryers, hot air, and you take sodium lauryl sulfate and put it on the leaves. What's going to happen? They're going to die. So this came to the realization of the same thing with our hair. We want to have healthy, luxurious hair like our skin.
Like it needs to be alive.
It is alive, but it has...
It is alive, but
the
we're
aura
killing
field-
it with the toxic chemical hair care products. And you're saying that in this
Yes.
day and age, it's worse than it was back then.
Yes, but back in the 60s, it was bad enough with the carcinogenic ingredients, and that's why I stepped out. And then basically I started noticing the sodium lauryl sulfate was building up from like 100% to 200% to 500%, was getting stronger. The chemicals were getting more and more predominant in a lot of the hair ingredients. So well, my basic beginning was to work with botany and to work with these shampoos, for example, and do all the hair conditioners, and then basically to use plants. So that's why when I went to Europe, I was going to little villages, going to like seaside resorts, and just finding the local hairdressers and finding the local shamans, because they have them, and then realizing and talking to them about their lunar cycle, how they were picking the plants, how they were formulating, how they were mixing, what was really good for hair, and what was the healthy parts of the ingredients to use, stimulating, invigorating.
So
Healing.
your whole life has been dedicated to understanding how to grow and care for hair.
Yes.
And now this Morocco methods, I want to go over this stuff. That was kind of my intention to help them understand what this system really is.
Of course.
because I love these things. I am super, super stoked. The thing is ever since Ellen sent me the Morocco Method hair care system, I wash my hair every day, sometimes twice a day. And before,
Looks great.
it was maybe once a day. I mean, not once a day, once a week. And then until Sophia would say, you're getting kind of greasy. And then I would use the chemical stuff. I'd find the most natural that I could,
So close.
but I still couldn't pronounce the ingredients. When I got this stuff, Ellen wrote to me. I said, well, send me some, because I get stuff sent to me all the time. I didn't think nothing of it. But then I put it on. I looked. Oh, my God, and I read everything on here, and I know what it is.
Yeah, they're all botanicals. They're all plants.
They're all plants. They're all essential oils. They're minerals. And there's things that I can pronounce, and I know what they are. So I was like, wow, I feel really good about this. But it took a while for me to really start to see, the difference that it
and
was
the
making.
detoxing for also with your hair.
Well, let's discuss that, and then we'll go into this. So some people, they get this, and they say, oh, it messed up my hair, or it didn't work for me. I used it for a few days.
Yeah, generally what people say is like, if they're not used to using a real natural, like these don't foam because they have no sodium lauryl sulfate in them. And people say, well, we have like coconut oil, we have corn oils, but those are all made in the laboratory. They're not normal, natural. And they're foaming, but they're using sulfuric acid as the base.
And it's killing the hair?
Of course, it's all sodium lauryl sulfates.
This is bringing my hair to life. That's why my hair looks so good, and that's why it's been growing so fast.
So we do the 5 elements, like this is fire, air, earth, water, ether. So here's
This
earth.
one's, show us the...
Here's air. Here's fire. So the apple cider vinegar is fire. C is obviously the water. The chi is ether. That's our 5th element. Pine shale is air. And the earth is earth.
And
Fire,
so,
air, earth, water, ether.
I have one silly question before I forget. Why is the apple cider vinegar in a bigger container?
Well, we're going over to, like, these are 8 ounces, and we're basically now going to put them in 12.
Oh, yeah.
12-ounce bottles.
You need to.
But I'm using up all the 8 ounce first because I don't throw
I
anything
see.
away. So
and
we
is this
recycle.
one of the most popular? Here?
Yeah, it's turned out to be the biggest seller, the 12-ounce apple cider vinegar. People like it.
It really works. Actually, my favorite is pine shale, but I like to use the earth as well for I use the earth from a face mask as well. But
Yeah, they're multi-purpose. You can do them, like you can shave with them. You can use them for body washes. You can use them for lots of different things.
and so in your system,
Facial.
you switch.
Yeah, so the reason why we do 5 shampoos is because there are 5 elements. So we want you to alternate, because if you just did one shampoo all the time, the body would build an immunity against that. So if you did one toothpaste...
To that element.
Yeah.
And you want to bring in all the elements
All the
to
elements.
create dynamic living hair.
Holistic.
Just like you want to have a nice, well-rounded diet. You can't just live on
There you go.
avocados and bananas.
There you go.
Because then you'd only have that expression.
And your body would start breaking down. So if you
Because-
just ate one thing all the time, if you just had like bananas and nothing else, your body would start breaking down. It's the same thing with all the different products we use. So when we actually lived in the wild thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, we would go out into nature. Whatever's in season is what we would pick and use.
For hair care or
Sure,
food.
skin care, for food, for everything.
These are very pure. And so it takes, so these actually detoxify the scalp, the root, and the hair itself.
Yeah, so what's happening right now with any of these shampoos is when you shampoo, it doesn't foam, so they're all natural botanicals. And they're going to strip off any residue that's on your hair, like if you have old products. People have a lot of wax buildup. They have a lot of metals, heavy metals going on. They just have all this stuff that's been going from the hair follicle down into the scalp and right down into the roots. So people may experience hair loss and thinning because the hair is basically starting to like not be able to detox. So it's starting to like get weaker and weaker with the immune system. So with these shampoos and all of our conditioners, they're detoxing. They're going to strip all the residue off. They're going to go down into the scalp. They're going to start pulling out toxins. And they're also going to go down right into the roots and clean them up. So it's a detox hair care system.
And that might be why Sophia and I were having at first we didn't notice it, but more recently, now that we're really saturating ourselves and using this every day, we're noticing. So we through this here, this is this is how we detox with our food, with
Yes.
the juicing. This is detoxifying our roots, and now that's why we're able to grow our hair is growing much faster?
Yeah, everything we put into our body wants to come out. So everybody's putting in, like, with the styling aids right now, with the polymers and the liquid plastics and all the different chemical styling aids, I see a lot of young people experiencing hair loss and thinning. I look at 11-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and they're really having massive hair thinning. It's because they're using all these chemicals. But with these products here for the styling, they're basically all natural botanicals. So they go right down into the scalp. And eventually it's going to go, everything we put on our skin or scalp, we eat. It goes right into the cells. It goes into our blood, goes down into the whole system. It goes into our
Right.
organs. Then it settles there. We want that to come out.
So the
We don't want it to
ladies
stay
that are
in.
using those toxic dyes and stuff, it's going right into their head, right into their blood, right into their body, and
Down into the organs?
It can make you kind of crazy. It can toxify your brain.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, it will, and you
And
can
it
have
does.
like mental problems from beauty products. You can really
So-called.
cause damage. Yeah, from so-called beauty products. So this is true natural beauty, raw vegan hair care.
Yeah, so what you were asking about is like people start using, like, say, one of the shampoos the first time, and the next day their hair will be all matted, or it'll be like oily, it'll be flat, they won't have any life to it, and the second day they go, shampooed and my hair's still oily, matted, flat, and they go like, this doesn't work for me. And we simply, hopefully you call us up and send us an email and explain that, because we have thousands of people who start off and say the same thing. It's because we're detoxing. So what's happening is it's stripping off the wax, it's taking off all that residue from the hair follicle, and actually it's allowing the scalp to start breathing again. It's getting stimulation back into the roots. So usually 1, 2, 3 days the detox will simmer down. But if a person's been using a lot of heavy chemical products, it may take 1, 2, 3 months.
Yeah.
But everyone who stays with the Morocco method says that when they come out the other side, I will never use another hair care product ever again.
Amen. So that is very, very cool. It's almost like when the people take out the meat or the sugar or the
There you
coffee. You got to go through that period. You know how it is with, let's say,
Yeah.
coffee is one example. It takes you a couple weeks.
Withdrawal.
Right. Just like they're having withdrawal from chemical beauty products, so-called beauty products.
Yeah, anything that's not natural, if anything in moderation. But if you're basically using too much of anything and you're really starting to feel weak and your energy levels are collapsing, like a lot of the people that come to us said, we knew you existed, we couldn't find you. What that means is they knew that there was a natural toothpaste, they know there's a natural cosmetic line, they know that there's a natural hair care. But since we don't spend money in advertising, we don't do marketing, it's all word of mouth. But when someone finally finds it and uses it, and the raw community gets it the fastest.
Yeah.
Because you people understand
I
how
got
to
it.
detox.
I got it.
See, right away.
Because I understood.
Oh, I'm doing all these healthy things, and I'm pouring chemicals in my hair and scalp every day or every
Right.
week.
I felt bad. That's why I would only wash once a week. And when Sophia would say, hey, you're getting a little greasy, then I felt compelled to do that. And now I can't wait to just spread this stuff on my head because I love the way it smells and I love the way it makes me feel. So it's cool to be able to have something that I can stand behind 100%.
And the people who are no poo, they don't shampoo at all. The people are just like, I'm not shampooing my hair ever again. We're getting thousands of those people coming to us and trying Morocco method, and they're like, ugh, I don't know. And they use it and go, well, it doesn't foam. And then afterwards, like, wow, my hair is luxurious.
Right.
It's like
So-
shocked of the difference.
A lot of people,
Then
totally.
we also have the 2-ounce shampoos. So
Spaced off.
if you want to do trial and travel, if you don't want to buy the big ones, you can just start off and say, well, I'm going to buy all 5 of them. We have a trial and travel pack. Then you can decide for yourselves if you don't want all 5. You can say, well, this one isn't working for me, but I really like these 3 or these 2. But then after a month, because we're natural, because we have a body, it's part of nature, what happens is I love Earth shampoo, and then after a month, it's like not working for me. So I bring in the shampoo I didn't like a month ago, and I go, wow, this works great. So it just goes to show that the body has this life force, that it doesn't just use this all the time. No, I've been doing this for over 40 years myself. And I see, like, my favorite one is this, and 6 months later, oh, no, I really love that one. And then
This
a
is,
couple of months later, I
40
say,
years old
oh, yeah,
in formulation. So you basically quit the salon, studied
68.
in 68, and then you left the salon, and you went and studied the stuff and you put it together because you
Yes.
really wanted to do something different, which is one thing that they should know about you. That's why I think you remind me of me a little bit. It's like we're just crazy, eccentric, and we're
And
going to do our own
individuals.
thing.
You want to
Yeah.
be an individual. You want
You
to do
never
our
sold
own thing.
out. People are trying to get you to sell out.
Whole Foods
Then-
want our products. You'll never get it.
Yeah.
Never get it.
because people try to water. Once it gets in there for the money
Well, it's
and
corporate.
the corporations, they
Yeah,
want
they
to
just-
water it down, add this,
Yeah, destroy
and you
it.
have to keep this thing.
In high integrity. I want it to be 100%. I've never watered this down. I've never added chemicals to it. So whatever we spend in ingredients, most of it's all wild crafted, like our blood of a dragon, like pine shales, like the shales coming out of Germany. It's like millions and millions of years of decomposed pine trees.
Wow. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I like that one. There was a couple of things. I mean, I love the shampoos and I love the conditioner. One thing I do is I take the conditioner and the cream rinse, which we don't have the cream rinse, which is one of my favorite things. I think that really, you get it gets cleaned up and detoxified with the shampoo.
Exactly.
But the cream rinse, that gives you that nice soft texture, and it holds it a bit so it's not frizzy.
Oh yeah, it
But-
really calms the hair down, doesn't frizz.
One
and-
thing I did was I took half this when I went to travel. I took half of this and half cream rinse. And
Oh.
I mixed it in one jar because I was like, I can't have too many jars.
I love people like you. I like when you actually be creative. I tell everybody, just do your own thing. Be creative. It's so multi-purpose. You can do so many different things with it. That's great.
It's so clean. I do use it for a lot of different. I use it for body wash. I use it for a face wash. There's another thing which we don't have here, which I was hoping we would have, and that's the
Feng
energy, the feng shui.
Feng Shui facial scrub.
Yeah, it's an exfoliant as well, and 100% natural walnut hulls.
Yep.
So I'm here to just seriously promote these products to the raw food community or anybody who's really might have been in the same boat I was for a long time, which was there was just nothing to clean my hair. There was nothing available that I felt good about putting on my hair for a long time since I became aware of what you put on your skin, what you put on your hair, what you put in your mouth. It affects you and it all soaks in. Now
Yeah.
I can just slather myself with this stuff. I'm going down to the warehouse tomorrow to load up on this stuff, especially the cream rinse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the pine shale and the cream rinse, but what you say is true.
Alternate.
One of these days, I love the apple cider vinegar too. And I noticed the pine shale and the apple cider vinegar are the kind of the first ones to go in our house.
Yeah.
And the earth
That's a
essence is
good
the third,
barometer.
and then these two here are the heavenly chi and the sea essence. But if what you say is true, then I will be.
Yes. After a period of
Switching
time,
it up, yeah.
we have seasons. Our body changes. I mean, it's the hot weather. Now we're going into cool weather. We'll be going into winter. The body will shift gears, and that's why you come to see the 5 elements. It shifts gears with you.
And so this is the intuitive hair care line,
Exactly.
just like we were doing at Qigong this morning, where you were encouraging us to
be creative.
play. Yeah.
Be playful.
Some people are like, okay, they go to yoga or they go to Qigong and they think they have to do exactly what the teacher's doing.
Only,
and
nothing
it's
else.
so tight.
Yeah.
And so I was just going along with what you said and kind of following along, but also going along with my own body. So I think that you can do that with this stuff here. These are pretty cool. Explain the volumizer mist and the, we don't have the crystal.
You have a diamond
That's-
crystal mist?
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, so a diamond crystal mist, you basically...
Is that what it is? Is that it? Oh, cool.
Yeah. See, basically, the diamond crystal mist and the volume mist are just conditioners. So they both condition, spray on, leave in. But the diamond crystal mist itself is a major conditioner where the volumizer is a conditioner, but it also volumizes the hair. So it makes the hair thicker. So it takes the place of hairspray and all that stuff.
Right.
And then also, we have, again, people write into us all the time, and we have famous models, and people are in the show business. So besides spraying our hair, you spray it on, leave it in, they spray their face. And it lightens up the skin, and it makes your
It's so pure.
radiant.
I mean, it's like ionized water, grapeseed extract, essential oils of wild rose, evening primrose, frankincense, and myrrh. I mean,
How clean can that get?
and the other one with the diamond crystals. What is that? I haven't asked you. I didn't read much literature.
Yeah, we
on
actually,
that.
so for me, being a shaman, I actually take quartz crystals from Tibet and liquefy them into an oil base.
and then you just spray them on. It's sort of like just adding more life.
Oh, it's really a live product.
So it's like living minerals.
Yes, and it also contains
Quartz.
a lot of trace minerals.
Nice.
Trace. Very, very healing. Then we have the Euro oil. And the ingredients in here are really amazing. But they're all a mixture of mostly Indian ingredients, Indian oils, which are the finest in the world. And this goes a long way. You just take a couple of drops. And don't use a lot because it's so strong. For those guys, we just rub it through the palms and just put it through the top of the hair, just the top hairline a little bit. Then you can brush. You bend over. Get one of our brushes and basically bend over and brush, stand up and brush. And put it through all the hair. And women, their ends are usually dry, or if they have really long hair and broken and tangled, take a little bit and rub it on the ends of the hair.
Okay.
And you can brush it out easier. But this is an incredible oil.
Is it a strengthener or a softener or a beautifier?
This will go into all 5 elements.
I see.
This oil will reach all 5 elements.
Okay. And this is a boar's head brush, and the boars are treated ethically.
Yeah, they're raised in luxury. The boars are raised, basically, we were doing a line from Spain, from a Solano family, and they've been doing this for generations. So the boars are just like sheep. They actually just shear off the boar bristles. And this is a really high grade of boar bristle, because the boar bristle is the closest thing to our hair follicle. So that's what we're basically
So it's vegan friendly as well.
very vegan
For
friendly.
the vegans
as well.
out there who gave us a hard time about that we were...
No, the boars are not harmed.
Yeah,
They're basically
in fact, they're
raised
lucky boars.
Yeah,
They buy these brushes and give the boars a step up in life,
like
right?
a sheep.
Yeah, like healthy, like sheep
Like
that are
Murano
well treated.
wool.
Well, we're gonna run out of time here, but this was just, I wanted to introduce you to Anthony, and I wanted to let him share his, I can't share some of the things he can about these. All I can say is that I love them. I'm going to continue to use these. I'm going to continue to promote them. I'm going to continue to stand behind the Morocco method, and I'm going to continue to stand behind Anthony as a human
Thank you.
being
Appreciate
and
that.
a person who's got an awesome house, awesome view, awesome food, awesome views on life. And just within 1 hour of walking in and talking, I had learned some things and things that I had been thinking about all day about the kind of man that I want to be.
Thank you.
And to, like it was intuitive.
There's that. Everything is timing, and there's a magnetic force that we were working with today in Qigong, and we attract what we really are growing into.
Right, which is a successful, unique, eccentric individual who follows the beat of his own drum and doesn't let the world take you out of that 100% integrity, because people can take this, start off with real good intentions, and the dollar signs start coming in, and then, we'll add this chemical, water that down, and it's all over.
Yeah, we want it to foam, we want it to basically fluff up, we want it to do all these styling things that the salons do.
And then you got like 1/20th of what was originally there, and you got those, but it's not what it was before.
It's not going to be healing, it's not going to be healthy, and like for me, my passion basically is a chi, and I really want the hair to be its ultimate life force. We do not want to destroy the life force of our hair. This is the crown chakra. Says a lot. We're basically dealing with all the different chakras in our body, 5 different types of hair. We want this hair to be alive and well as much as possible.
As every cell in our entire body. That's where we line up life. We choose life, we cultivate it, we practice it, and we master it, and then we give it away.
Yeah, we're here for our experiences. The whole world is at our disposal. We have great experiences, good or bad, right or wrong. We pick and choose. So we really want to pick the healthy lifestyle, going raw, eating the right food, having the clean air, living a life that you feel like I feel really integrity with everything around me.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone around us.
I appreciate your time and being here at the castle. I thank you for your time, for watching this video, Laid Back Life Regenerator. I'm going to put a link down below so you guys can go over and check out the website for the Morocco method. I stand behind this 100%, and I think it's really awesome. So anybody who's looking for some healthy hair care stuff, this is it. Check it out. Get more information about it on the website, and I'll continue to try and bring more educational materials to you. So thank you so much for your time and attention. Take care, and I'll see you mañana.
Thank
Peace.
you.